Hello, hello, hello. So I want to do a Fallout 4 load order, and then I want to get into a little bit of something with display enhancements like I did on Skyrim. I want to do that for Fallout 4 as well. It may not be anything new to you. It may not be any new ideas, but just so you can see it, and maybe it'll be helpful to someone who's newer. I know with display enhancements, I struggled in Fallout 4 to get the look I wanted, but I tried to do some more research and play around with it some. There are a few things out there that you can find that'll help you, but not, I admit, not a lot. But I had a couple of things that gave me some ideas that I tried out, and I think I found something that I like. If you like the vivid weather setting Candyland that I used to use, you might like this. So I want to show you that. Now, this is my load order. This is the load order I've been playing John on, but I also created this girl to fool around with display enhancements and see what I thought of it. So I have been running around a little bit with her. I forget what I called her, maybe Joni or something. But the idea was just to have somebody to play around with. I didn't want to mess up John's game. John, I've got a few hours in on John's game, and I'm having fun with it. The only issues I would say that are with it right now is, well, actually, I'll show you that in the game. But this load order has been working well. It's been fun. I like having all the elites and everything, and it's kind of hard, so you kind of need some cheats to get through it, and I did differently with John than I did with Joni here. But anyway, let me show you. Now, this is the game, and you notice it's kind of bright, and I think her face, have I got the black face bug? I might have the black face bug. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like I do. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. All right, got that fixed up. Her face looks fine now, and you can take her hat off if we want to. Ta-da, but her face looks fine now. Anyway, what I was getting at was I've kind of found some settings with display enhancements which kind of give me that, let me go first person, kind of give me that colorful look that I like. It's kind of crazy, but it's kind of fun. It makes the colors pop out a lot. I think this is very similar. I can't say it's exactly the same because I'm using display enhancements instead of using vivid weathers, because it's their Candyland setting. But this seems very similar, and if you like that setting, but maybe you don't want to use vivid weathers for some reason, maybe space considerations or whatever, this would be possibly a good alternative. So let me get on display enhancements. Let me bring that up. Now, the time of day has changed because she had the black face bug. But if the lighting gets too poor, I'll go fix that up. Let's see what he's got here. What's he got? Oh, look at that, and the trilby hat. Okay. So anyway, all we do is go into miscellaneous. Here's the display enhancements tape. This is automatically put in your inventory. Yeah, when you start the game up with that mod. Now, I'm going to remove everything that I have, okay? I'm going to remove all my presets. You're going to see all this change. It just takes a moment, so just wait a moment. Okay. So, this is the normal game. And it's not awful. I won't say it's awful. I think it's fine. But I just like that brightness and that colorfulness. So, I'm going to come in. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use two presets. Now, there are some other options and other things you can play around with, and I may mention them, but like 4, that gives you a lot of that saturation and color. And then 9. And I'm not overly sure what 9 is doing for me because I can't tell. Okay, but I do 4 and 9, and that seems too bright. Do you see that? That seems too bright. See that? And you might even say it's too saturated, so you might want to back down on that if you don't like it. But what I did was I came into display enhancements again, and I said, okay, it's a little bright for me. So I came and I knocked down the brightness twice. I just said 1 and 2. And that's all I did. And then to me, now admittedly this is sundown and everything, but to me this looked all right the way I had it earlier. Now it's sundown now instead of midday, and maybe the coloring isn't exactly what we would like. So maybe it needs a little more tweaking, a little more playing around with, but this is probably a little too much on that. But again, I think it's because it's sundown, and I think that makes a difference. Give me a minute. I'll come back and get us back to midday, and then maybe we will tweak it down a little bit. Maybe this is a little too much on the saturation. Matter of fact, why don't we just do that? Okay, don't do that. I don't know what I was doing, but I hit the wrong button. Okay, so let's go in here. Let's just take down. The saturation does seem a bit much for this time of day. So let's take it down 2 notches, okay? Let's see if that gives her... It's still... I think it's just this time of day. I think at this time of day, you're going to get some of this. Hold on. Like I said, let me get us back to a normal setting. I'm not sure that I'm liking this now because I'm struggling too much with it. I thought I had it the way I wanted, but let's see what time of day this is. Oh, rats. Wrong thing. Time of day is... What is the time of day? It is about 7 p.m. It's 6:46 p.m. So the sun is going down and it's giving us this odd lighting. So let me switch this around. I'll be back. All right, so you see here in the cheat room under normal lighting conditions, it looks really good. Okay, that's with preset 4, preset 9, and then I did two subtractions on the brightness, right? So see how this looks, and I think this looks good. It's just with that sunset, that orange glow, that was too much. So give me a minute and we will come back to this. All right, well, I came out here and we have a rainy day, but nonetheless, you can tell how she looks under normal lighting, and she doesn't have that orangey glow. But you know, just like in real life, if you get close to something like that, it's going to give you a little bit of a glow on you. See that? So it's a little... I don't think that's anything to worry about. I think sunset and sunrise, that does change the lighting. I might have to tweak it a little bit more with that in mind. But overall, see, I think the world looks really nice and colorful. And if we have any further trouble, I'll try to show that. But anyway, I just thought this might be helpful. Some other settings you can try if you prefer a more bleak look. Let me show you a couple of those. Now remember, it's raining and not sunny right now, okay? But let me just show you those before I get out of this. So let's remove my preset. Let's just get rid of that. All that I was doing. And I'm going to show you, this is presets 4, 5, and 2. Now 4 is the one that adds all that brightness, but 5 and 2 is going to tone it down and make this look a little bit different. Okay, so let's go 4, and that's all that brightness, all that saturation. Now we're going to go 5. 5 lays a weird filter, and then 2 kind of tones it down a little bit. Now, this is what you end up with. Now, I don't like this. See that? I don't like that. However, if you like a bleak look to your game like this looks more, really looks more desaturated. I don't really prefer this, but it was an option that somebody showed, and I thought, well, it's worth looking at in case you wanted this. You might almost prefer to do something where you're almost black and white. Oh, yeah, let's go in here. Let's remove all that. And we'll try something else just to show you something else, another option. We're going to try. Now, this is a little on the funky side. We're going to try 6. Again, it gives a little overlay that I don't necessarily like, but we went 6, 7, and 8. And again, I don't necessarily like the way this looks, but your game, again, your game is midway. It's got a little more color to it. I still don't like that little filter, that little, is it graininess? What would you call it? It's like there's an overlay that I don't like on it, okay? And you can plainly tell it here. So that's not my favorite. Still, it was an option, and if you liked that kind of look. And then there was another option. Now, again, I don't remember who I was... Oh, wait. You can't do it on top of this. I apologize. Let's clear everything off. You can't just do it. And the next option is like 8, 9, and 11. Okay. So, there. We've cleared everything off. And just to show you, see, this is normal. Normal Fallout. Okay. You know, which normal Fallout has some color. It does. I just like it when it has a little more. And I can always go in and just add some saturation myself. But, okay, so here's going to be 8, 9, and 11. Okay, so we're going to hit 8. And it gives one of those I don't like. 9. Okay. Like I said, I don't really know what 9 does for us. And then 11. Now, again, I don't like this type of film. That's just me. And this looks very similar. I don't know. Is that really any different from what we were just looking at? Well, anyway, I don't really care too much for that. Another option, like I was thinking a moment ago, would just be to come in and play around with saturation and contrast and get it the way you want. Let me remove everything. For instance, what I used to do, like in Skyrim a lot of times, that I would just add some saturation. I'd go 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, and then maybe add a contrast and just see what I thought of that. And you can see that brightens up the game. I mean, it gives the colors a little more color. Not a lot. The Candyland setting is a lot more, but you'll notice here our fire makes a little more sense, doesn't it? But it still changes her skin a little bit with the glow of the fire. But you could do that. Something as simple as that is just adding that saturation in. And you could do more. You could do more saturation if you wanted. I don't know at what point it becomes too much. Like there's six saturations, right? We'll do another contrast. Maybe that'll help out. See what that looks like. And the saturation might be what causes this fire to glow so much. And causes that lighting effect on her. So. But overall, I don't think it looks bad. And the 6 saturation is not bad. I don't think the contrast is too bad. Normally she would wear her hat though. Not sure if that really makes a big difference, but... And of course we don't have the sun out right now, so hard to say. But this still isn't as saturated as that Candyland or that combination of 4 and 9. But this isn't bad. You'll notice the colors are brighter. They look better. And maybe that's all I should do. Maybe I should just, bring in some saturation that makes me happy and leave it like that. But it's just some ideas I thought I would throw out there in case anybody new is watching and isn't used to using display enhancements. It's just something you could do and play around with. So this show has gone longer than I meant to, but I did want to show you the load order, and I did want to play around with that a little bit. Since I'd done it in Skyrim, I kind of wanted to do it in Fallout 4, and maybe that'll help somebody. So Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who directly support the channel. I really do appreciate that. And I really do appreciate everyone for watching the videos and interacting. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.
Game.